Hello, Miss Duffy's fifth hour Earth Science students. I apologize if you were unable to get into my Zoom meeting. I live in Cedar Rapids. We're still recovering from the derecho, technologically speaking. My internet crashed as soon as I opened the meeting. Once I was able to get that going again, I opened my Zoom and my settings were reset, so apparently I needed a passcode, which I was not aware of. I was able to speak with some of you and share information, but I decided to make this recording in case you missed something or you still have questions. I want to make sure we address that. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we'll look at my Canvas course for Earth Science, as well as something called the Interactive Notebook, which is the thing you need to know about for Tuesday. The place where all of the information you need for assignments, tests, quizzes will be in your interactive notebook. So that is what you need to know. I'll repeat that later just in case we forgot. So you come to my Earth Science course. It's pretty basic, just tells you it's Earth Science online. We have our schedule here. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, your fifth hour people, we will have our synchronous learning time. And then on Monday and Wednesdays, our asynchronous learning time. I developed this course to be 100% asynchronous if needed, because I feel things come up at home. Sometimes there's other stuff going on. I want to make sure if for some reason you missed the class, you're able to still, do the work, get help when you need. That said, I highly recommend attending the class. We will still be keeping attendance and double checking. If I haven't heard from you, I'll check in to make sure you're safe, you're healthy, you're not sick. And if there's anything I can do to help you, be able to move forward in class. On Fridays, it is somewhat optional for us. We are not recommending that you are online all of Friday. That's a lot. So it may be one of those things where we realize in fifth hour, students feel really comfortable with the information. So maybe I just have some office hours, and if they need some help on any of the assignments from the week, they can check in with me. Or maybe we're all having trouble grasping a concept. We might then have a 15 to 20 minute chunk where we all sit down and work together and make sure we understand what we are learning. It's also a place too for us to work on some community building. So maybe you're having a hard week and you want to just share your feelings and thoughts with me or with the class. It kind of depends. Fridays will be more student generated. I will be there though to ensure we are safe and healthy and respecting boundaries. So we will do that. During our asynchronous time, I will have office hours that are set for you. So if you have a question during asynchronous time and you have office hour time free, pop in. I'll have a Zoom link for that. You pop in, it'll be great. There will not be a passcode. It's all supposed to be, you just sit in a waiting room and I allow you in. For our synchronous days, that's when we're learning together. This is your link. It is a recurring link, so it will be your link for the rest of this trimester all the way to December 4th. It'll be for Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the time period for that will actually say 12:30 to 1:30. Zoom does not match our bell schedule. That said, I'm okay with it being 12:30 to 1:30 because if for some reason you get done with your lunch early and you want to check in with me before class, you can do that. And I also don't think it's okay for me to talk at you for 50 whole minutes. So it ending at 1:30 is totally fine with me. When we do meet in person, most of the class will be set up with us sharing and working together. So we meet as a group, we may learn some things together, then we go off on our own. We might be in groups, might be individual. I'll still have the Zoom link open. So if you have questions during our learning time, you can come back in with me and then we'll come back together at the end as a group to possibly reflect or share what we learned during that time. So a lot of your time will actually not be spent watching me on a video, which I think is imperative for our learning. I have some course links. So about your teacher, if you want to click that, it just tells you a little bit about me. From our class pets perspective, I have a Russian tortoise. He is currently wandering around somewhere in my house. Usually students are the ones who get him out and watch him, but I am now his watcher and he's actually pretty sneaky and I'm gonna have to go look for him soon. I have a syllabus for you. We will go over that more on Tuesday. Just kind of talks about community values and standards that we're learning, expectations for the course. I have the calendar here, so your Canvas calendar is there. I know you can also access it off on the side, but in case you're one of those people you need everything right here in front of you, it's right there just for you. I have our office hours schedule under this button, so you'll click that and it'll go to office hours. I will have a Google form in there. If you're unable to meet me for office hours, you can request your own. So let's say at 12:30, that's your only open point and you really have a question about stars, great, send me the form as long as it's ahead of time. I'll look at it. If I can do that, I will say yes to your form. If not, I'll shoot you an email and we can try and work around that. Course content takes you to the entire course. One thing about this is I developed the online course for the district that people can kind of pick and choose what they're using. So this is actually very full of information. We will not be doing every single activity that is listed in this course. So if you go in there and you look and you get overwhelmed, please understand we're not going to pack all of that information into the trimester. We may take from an assignment one idea or another idea and still get the same learning. I'm just keeping it open because as we go through the course, I can see how you learn and what you understand, so I can pick activities and modify it so it fits our class a little bit better. I very much want this to be you directed. Speaking of that, we have an online science notebook that I created for you. This is called your interactive notebook or your INB. So you will be accessing that from a Google Cloud. There's an assignment. We will do that Tuesday together. And then it's yours. You can edit it. You can put your thoughts in it. You can add pictures or any sort of notes to help you better understand a concept. It has every assignment that we could possibly do for the trimester listed. So we have that in the table of contents. And then the nice thing is when you get to an assignment in the course, it will say, go to page 7 in your notebook. So you just come to page 7, you can work on your assignment and put everything right here in one spot. This will get a grade. It's more about, as long as you are putting in the effort to write your thoughts and your understandings, you will get all the points. Now, if you write something that maybe isn't based in evidence or you don't fully understand a concept, I will not dock points for that. This is your learning experience. What I will do in the case of the notebook is if I see there's something you need help with, I'll say, hey, I really appreciate your effort. You're off to a great start. It looks like we might need to backtrack a little on this one concept. And we'll work on it, and then you just add your understanding to the notebook, and it's there. The notebook is something that you will use for assignments. There's also background information to help you. I have all sorts of graphics. There are some games that I inserted into it and different things we can do to help us better understand a concept. Speaking of just activities, when we do our assignments, they will be short. The actual information that you present to me is generally just you showing me your understanding of the concept as we go. The assessments at the end will not be quizzes or tests. What they are is actually ways for you to apply what you've learned. So in an online setting, You have all this information like your interactive notebook right there for you. So I know you can Google it, so why don't I let you use that? You have an understanding, we've talked about it. So you may have to argue a concept or a point or provide evidence or an explanation. So it's more what's actually going on in your brain with the concept than can you memorize the location of the star Betelgeuse and its absolute magnitude. Now that's cool to know, and that's a good thing to know if you are a star expert. You guys will not be star experts. I expect more for you to understand basic things like how does mass impact a star? What does density have to do with things? What is pressure? And how does it apply in the sense of a star? So you're looking at more big ideas versus small details in this course. So generally, this is the point where I ask people if they have questions or concerns, but since this is a screencast, we won't be doing that. What I do recommend is if you are very curious and you're self-motivated, go ahead, go into the course. I have everything published, so you should be able to see it all. You can look at it, you can see what's going on. And that way on Tuesday, you can give me a better idea of how you're feeling about the course overall. So that way I can make sure I'm ready for you, I can help you. And again, like I said, if you have questions after seeing this video, please do not hesitate to email me. I will respond to you. I will make sure that you get the help you need. And with that, I'm just really excited to meet all of you on Tuesday. I can't wait to see you in the afternoon. Take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and I will see you guys on Tuesday.